a year, like I was almost done with my tour, and she messaged me saying she was pregnant. It broke my heart. I'm like, how can you be pregnant when I'm here?
So wait, so you left home a happy soldier and a married man until the bomb got dropped on you at your home?
Yes, Your Honor.
So as we think about the new baby, you say this kind of triggers you, this whole process, and it makes you doubt.
Yes.
Is there anything else that makes you doubt?
Yes, Your Honor. Like, throughout the whole, our whole marriage, we kind of separated and got back together and worked it out. But in 2018, we, I found out she was cheating again.
How do you find out?
I seen deleted text messages, like, not just like one text message. It's like, I'll text her like that day, then I'll somehow get her phone and I'll look through her phone, every single message deleted.
So you became suspicious because who just deletes all the messages out their phone?
I wasn't deleting all my text messages per se to keep it from him. It was more like I said, we was having problems and I didn't want him to see it, and it sparks up something in him to make him feel like, we going back through the same cycle when we already agreed that we was about to separate anyway. Even though we was back together, we was separating at that same sense,
So you're not saying, you're admitting that you had text messages in your phone.
I definitely had text messages in my phone.
And you're admitting that you cheated because at that point in your mind, your marriage was gonna be over.
Yes.
So you admit, you cheated.
Yes.
And you find that out.
Yes.
And do you confront her? Do you say, hey, you're doing this again? I thought we were working on our marriage. What happens?
Yeah, I confronted her, and she told me the truth about what was going on, because she said I was distant and all that. So we decided just to separate. So we separated like the whole rest of the 2018, and then we ended up getting back together January 2019. Yeah. And throughout that whole beginning of the year, everything is all right, but I keep seeing messages. Now she's not deleting them. Now I'm seeing the messages from another dude. It'd be small, subtle messages, but I'm like, yo, why are you still in contact with this person?
I'm not really replying, If I do reply, it's very small, and there's no sexual relations between me and him or anything.
But still, he's supposed to be cut off, period.
But your husband doesn't know that. And given the history, he want to know why anybody even texting.
I understand that.
Replying with 1 word, 5 words, an emoji.
But I barely reply.
It don't matter.
I understand.
At that point, his mind, what are we up to now?
Yep. And then I find out, April come, then I find out she's pregnant. So at first, I'm not thinking of, anything bad. I'm thinking like, oh, finally, she finally get pregnant. But then I just started feeling like, what about those messages before? Like those past messages from February and March, what's that about? So it gave me more doubt, like maybe this one is not my child either.
Because you're counting back and thinking to yourself, okay, we're pregnant now. You say we're pregnant, but just last month, a few weeks ago,
because I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix this at all. It's like, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
This is what this courtroom is for, to speak our truth, to try to get a greater understanding, to share what's in our hearts so we can try to figure out how to mend them.
Yeah. I'm just tired of hurting him, I just want to end that bad cycle and start something new. As a family with nothing but good positive vibes, and leave the negativity alone, because I'm really ready to leave all that in the past.
So, Mr. Rice, you hear your wife speak about what she wants this life with you to be. Mm-hmm. You don't think you can father children?
Yeah, because I ordered a at-home fertility test online, and it came back that I had a low sperm count. So that's another doubt in my head, and I'm trying to fight off all the doubts. Like, no, this is mine. I believe her. She didn't do anything. I could have kids, but the doubt is still there.
I personally feel like he was in the military. The VA, gave him some type of reimbursement money or whatever the case may be. And I think I hurt him so much. He was so sad and down and things like that. So when he got this money, it kind of boosted him up a little bit. Like he stood up stronger, he held his head up high, you know, and I just feel like that kind of made his little sperm swim, you know? Honestly, like he stood more confident, and that's where this come from.
All right, yeah, a confident man makes some confident sperm, right? I appreciate your theory. But in this courtroom, we do deal with science.
Yes.
So I would like to call upon Dr. Jamila Gator so I can ask her some questions about low sperm count. Jerome, will you escort her in, please? Hello, Dr. Gator.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us again. You know I always have questions.
Yes.
Mr. Rice has testified that he took an at-home sperm count test that he purchased, and it determined that he had a low sperm count. What did that really mean?
So he testified that he did a home sperm kit. To your testimony, the sperm count was low. And so then in that case, really you need a full semen analysis to look at all the factors and actually count the number of sperm to see whether it is or is not possible to father a child.
Yes, and then he submitted to that test.
Yes.
Because the court ordered that. And so what did those results of that test reveal?
So that semen analysis was very abnormal. And normally 15 million sperm or more is a normal sperm count. And in this case, there was only 3 million sperm. And so all in all, that basically leaves less than 200,000 sperm available to father a child, which is extremely low and makes it very difficult.
Wow. How are you feeling after you hear Dr. Gator's testimony?
I don't know. It's like, it's making me feel like it's not my child.
And you feel like it's happening all over again?
Yeah.
Ms. Rice, have you prepared yourself that if this is not your husband's biological child?
I did, but nothing happened. This is just a miracle baby. Like, that's just how I'm looking at this, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't do anything with anyone.
Well, I think it's time that we get down to the bottom of this. Because your marriage is on the line. Jerome, may I have the envelope,
Yes.
please? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In order for us to determine paternity, a prenatal DNA test was performed. A blood sample was drawn from the mother, and fetal DNA was isolated from that sample. Genetic analysis was performed, and a probability of paternity was generated. In the case of Rice versus Rice, when it comes to the child that Mrs. Rice is currently carrying, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Rice, you are the father.